Welcome back to the show. You're listening to Houston Real Estate Radio, and today we've got Madison Hildebrand on the line calling in from California. He is Malibu's big, top-producing luxury home realtor. Lots of exciting things to talk to him about. He's been the original star of the $1 Million Listing over on Bravo. He's been there for 6 seasons. He's also an author. He has got a great book out called Activate Your Passion, Create Your Career. And he's also a speaker. He was actually here in Houston not too long ago, so we're excited to have Madison Hildebrand on the phone with us today.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. Hi, Houston.
When you're selling luxury homes, how important is the view? How important is what you see outside the home versus the functionality of the home? You know, here in Houston, we don't have a whole lot of view.
Come on now. Yeah, well, out here, the view is what it's all about.
Yeah, the view is kind of the luxury of it.
That is the luxury. That's what you're paying for. It's the dirt and it's the view. And so, especially being in Malibu, where the ocean is the primary view, and even that's interesting because we've got a nighttime view that we sell. So if you're looking to the west, you actually are seeing. Sorry, if you're looking to the east, you actually get to see all of the city lights in the whole what we call the Queen's Necklace. Therefore, at nighttime, you have an active ocean view. That's worth more than if you're looking east, where it's pitch black and you see nothing. So even to the night, that view is worth something more than if you don't have it. So it's hard to put quantify it, but certainly people respond to it.
What about pool features? What do you see as some of the newest pool features? Seems like pools are getting smaller,
That's right.
But much more where they maintain themselves and you don't have to do anything to them, which is really nice. What do you think about the features? I know outdoor living spaces are so important where you are, probably more so than where we are, but it's become basically to have an outdoor living space is what everybody wants at every price point.
That's right. I think that is definitely accurate. It's funny that you said that the pools are getting smaller. Again, that's part of, I think, this withdrawal from the recession where everything that was too big was unnecessary. But I just bought a home myself, and it has a pool. And it's not a very big pool, but the feature that is so cool is that they put in those jet propulsions. So I hit a button, and I can get in and swim endless laps in a normal pool. And one step above that, you've got colored lights that rotate imagery underneath the water and sound. So you can take this pool and it can become a whole experience, not just, what we used to have, a hole with some water.
Are the fire?
And of course, it's a saline pool. It's good for your skin. I mean, they've really stepped it up.
Do you think that the fire features around the pools, are those going to be popular next year?
The fire features, with meaning gas and torches and things like that? I do. As you said, the outdoor living experience is just as important as the indoor living experience, and fire has always been a human gathering point. So I think that is not changing.
So what's it like selling $1 Million Listings? Here in Houston, I mean, I sell $1 Million Listings, but I also sell, everything from $100,000 and everything in between. So, it's all price ranges in Houston.
You got to work hard for your money, girl.
That's right. Well, our average price point, I want to say it's around, $180 something, unless it's gone up some in the last few months. I mean, it's, so $200,000 buyer is pretty average, Wow. Of course, you've got higher end areas, and then of course you have ranches and estates, and but we have a lot of suburb living, and then we have our downtown living.
Yep.
So, what's it like only selling $1 Million houses?
It's probably the same as selling any of the other homes that you deal with. It's still the entire transaction process is the same. There's still inspections, and you still have emotional buyers and sellers, and you're still negotiating every dollar as if it's the last dollar in the person's pocket.
Well, that's the thing with negotiating luxury homes. The seller knows that the buyer can afford more. The seller knows that the buyer's paying with a lot of cash. So what's your strategy for negotiating, knowing that you're walking in with a buyer who that seller knows they can afford more? What's one of your negotiating strategies you can throw out for us?
I just closed a deal for 4.6, and that was it took 9 counter offers, 4.6 million. It took 9 counter offers, and it was definitely a game because both parties were definitely wealthy enough, and they both knew it. And one wanted the house so badly, and the other one needed to sell it so badly because it was a divorce. So it was a kind of a locked horn situation. And what we finally did is I asked my client to come sit with me and deliver the final counteroffer to the agent so we could play this role. And what we did is we brought 2 counters in my hand, one with one price and one with the other, that we did not disclose to that agent. And we did a walkthrough, and we kind of put on a show. And we told her that we had 2 different prices on the counter offers. One was $50,000 higher than the other, and we didn't know what we were going to do. And we stepped aside and we talked. Well, in reality, we always planned on giving the lower of the 2. But what we told her is that we were giving her the higher of the 2, and then that was our best and final. Mm-hmm. So she thought that she was getting the last counteroffer with the extra $50,000.
Right.
And if we really needed to do that, if we felt like the meeting wasn't going well, we would have given that one. Mm-hmm. But the plan that we executed was to give her the one at $4.6 million, and hope that she saw that the other piece of paper had less money on it, and we walked away with that one, and she walked away with the big one. And it worked, and we got the house at 4.6.
So that's I like that. We're actually I'm teaching my agents a negotiating class later today. We're doing a clinic on it, and anchoring is one of the things that we're talking about.
Nice.
So yeah, very good. I like that. Any other negotiating tips you want to throw out into the Houston market?
You know, my negotiating tactic is to say less and learn more, and I try and ask as many questions as possible and observe from the very beginning. The negotiation starts from that first showing, and that is where you get most information. And then from the agent, if they keep talking and you let them talk, they will tell you much more than you need to know, and that is where you then get to strike and figure out what's important to that seller or buyer, and give them that, and take what is most important to you.
All right. Sounds like some good advice for our agents here in the Houston market. We appreciate you coming on the show, Madison Hildebrand. You are selling lots of great houses out there in California, and we appreciate you taking some time to talk to us while you're on your way to the NAR conference.
Thank you. Yes, I am. I'm on my way to New Orleans.
Awesome. All right. Well, we appreciate it. What is the best way for people to find you online if they want to ask you questions?
Sure, and I do respond to social media, and probably the easiest is on both either Instagram or Twitter. My handle is @MadisonMalibu, or you can also find me on Facebook, Madison Hildebrand.
All right, fantastic. The MalibuLife.com is your website as well. We appreciate you coming on the show. Top producing agent in the country for luxury home sales, Madison Hildebrand. You've also got a great book out there, Activate Your Passion, Create Your Career. And he was the original star of the $1 Million Listing on Bravo for 6 seasons. That was a long time, so it's been great watching you. And it's exciting to see that you've got some great things for the future. We're excited to see what you do.
Well, thanks for your time. I appreciate it. And goodbye, Houston.
All right.
Bye,
thanks so much. Bye-bye.